So I've been freelancing for about a decade, and over the years, I've been through a whole bunch of different trends, from algorithm changes from Google, different things about new tools like AI and all this stuff. So many things have grown from people like paying very little to high paying and all this stuff. So I've been through all of that for the decades. So I'm looking at the trends for 2024. What are these trends that I'm seeing that might change the landscape for you as a new freelance writer? Because I want you to succeed. And if you haven't already, enroll in my free email course, Get Paid to Write. I give you those tools. I help you along the way to landing your first client. But in this video, let's go through the 5 trends that I am currently seeing in this freelancing landscape so that you can at least get a heads up so that you are ready for gaining clients in this time right now. All right. The first biggest trend I'm seeing is specialization or expertise. You cannot win high paying or good paying clients with a sort of commodity niche or a niche that is more general. So for example, I've been hearing a lot of beauty writers struggling to find clients in the beauty brands. Why is that? Well, it's because it is almost it's a commodity. Many people can use tools like AI, can use Google to just research the best, skincare for people over 40 or the best shampoo for thinning hair. Those are all very easy types of content that can be generated easily that you don't need much expertise to write about. So what these beauty writers are finding, or lifestyle writers have to do, is to specialize in one core aspect. And that might mean additional training. If you want to do yoga content, you might want to practice and become a yoga instructor. It goes through a lengthy process, understanding the history of yoga and all of that comes with it. Those things, those trainings, those titles can help you with the niche that you're currently in so that you can have that expertise. So this is a trend that I believe will stay and hang around. You need to find a way to become the expert or to at least specialize in one core aspect. For me and for my niche, for a while, I was just really focused on content marketing topics. I still am, but then I switched focus to the audience. I was writing mostly for the B2B audience, business to business, but on my own personal brands and my own personal blogs, I was writing for other creators. And I found that I was much more engaging when I wrote that type of content. I found that I was much more happier, excited, and wanting to share tactics for content creators. So that made me think, well, let me get paid for that type of writing. So I started aligning myself to specialize in the content creator economy. So the content that I'm writing now for clients, because I've been living as a content creator for the past decade as well, that I have this firsthand experience and knowledge to help brands out there that are also reaching content creators, influencers, and things like that. So I was able to merge my 2 brands of helping freelancers and bloggers and content creators, and then also with my digital marketing niche with B2B businesses to work together so that I can have the right type of client based on my skill level and experience. So that's what you have to do when you feel like you're struggling to find work. Look at the niche that you're in, see if it is more of a commodity. Can anyone write it? Can AI write about it? If that is the case, you need to skill up or up level or whatever you want to call it and pick one focus and get the most training in that one area. If it's writing blogs, you want to get focused on sales page writing as a copywriter. That is laser focused to one aspect of a deliverable and it's high paying. Okay, so something like that. The next trend that I'm seeing that sort of coincides with specialization is the idea of only working within one industry, one niche topic. Now, this is a little bit difficult because I am still picking up clients that want me to write about different styles and different types of content. I have an email marketing client and then I have a course creation client. So both of those topics are different. One's about courses and social media, and the email is about email marketing and B2B business and funnels and things like that. So it's slightly different. And so I see the trend though that you need to niche down in one area. And for me, I decided to focus on the audience. For you, it could be the deliverable. You're only going to do sales pages. You're only going to do SEO writing. You're only going to do emails. Okay. You can niche down to that. That will help you in this landscape. Okay. It doesn't always necessarily mean to just only write about Pinterest. Like, I'm only going to write about Pinterest no matter what. And for a while I was writing Pinterest on my twins mommy blog. I even wrote about Pinterest on my Alma Kane blog. I was writing Pinterest for 3 of my clients at that time. And I got burned out writing about Pinterest. I do tell you, about this niching down, but just be careful, because I wouldn't want to write about the same thing for years and years to come. And that was only like within a few months that I got burned out writing about Pinterest, and I stopped altogether for like the longest time. So that's why I like to pick up clients that want me to write about different aspects for the same audience. Okay, so you might want to think about it that way. Just don't decide to pick completely different niches. Like, I want to write about pets, parenting, and about food and wine. Like, those are completely different types of topics. So you might want to stick to like maybe the food and wine industry and then dive deep into that. I do have a video on how to narrow down your niche. And so that might be a good tactic or a good lesson for you to do, so that if you want to stick within one niche, how to narrow it down so that you have the perfect niche that clients want and that will pay top dollar for, right? The biggest trend that I'm currently seeing in 2024 is businesses are taking a stance with AI. Currently, one of my businesses has a brand guideline, and within that guideline, it does state that if a writer uses AI, that the editor must change it or have the editor go back to the writer to change it, because they will run your content through an AI detector. I've also been seeing a lot on LinkedIn that clients are accusing writers of using AI when they aren't. This is a huge topic, and I do have a video on that, so watch that. I have examples of people saying that clients are accusing them of using AI. So you need to be careful. I do have an ebook that is mostly for bloggers, but it could help you as a content creator, because I do give tips on how to leverage an AI tool, like specifically ChatGPT, to write in a human capacity. And I do have a video of how I'm doing that with a client piece. So that can help you. I'll show you what it is. It is 15 clever blog tips with AI. So like I said, it's for bloggers. So my angle for this is time saving and growing your blog quicker. But I do have, like I said, a lesson, a video, private video of me using AI and how I'm using it for a client. So you can definitely get this book if you want to. Okay, so you can see how you can grab it once you enroll or buy this book. I'll leave a link in the description below. All right. So I think that's really helpful. I think right now, for the landscape that we are in with AI, I have not had any issues. And I've been using AI for clients that have told me nothing about using AI, to clients that tell me, if you use AI, make sure it sounds human. No issues whatsoever. No editor has come back saying this is mostly AI, you need to change this. None of my clients. And I am leveraging AI in certain aspects. I also have a live video. I did a live video about using ChatGPT and how I use it. That's also more information about how to incorporate AI in your client writing too. So make sure to use all those resources, check them out, and so that it can help you with this trend, because it's one of the biggest trends that I'm seeing, and it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to evolve with AI. AI is going to stay with us, but you need to learn how to handle it, use it, prompt it, all of that jazz. All right. And then one of the other trends that I'm seeing that I noticed actually a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, that I noticed this. I was hearing it through the grapevine. I was noticing other writers talk about it. I kept my eye on that topic, and then I realized that in 2024, it is now like almost the norm that writers need to incorporate this in their writing. And what I'm talking about is personal narrative. For the longest time, for I'd probably say maybe 7 years of my writing, I always wrote for clients in a very professional manner. I didn't write in first person. I didn't want to share my stuff because I didn't feel like it was necessary for them. But now clients are asking for my personal experience, and they want to share that because businesses know now that in order for the customers to trust them more, they need to show the content as if it's not written by AI. And a big way is to infuse that personal experience to show that this wasn't written by AI. It's not an AI topic. It is a unique topic. For example, on one of my client pieces, they wanted specific experience based on what I've been doing regarding course creation and course marketing. And so I wrote about a list post about 20 course ideas, right? That's just a generic list post idea that any blog can have course ideas, right? Even content creators and businesses, but they want it from an experienced course creator. So you can see even in the title, they even preface that because they're showing Google, they're showing their customers that this is legit content. It's not just a spun content that where you have 20 ideas on the side here and it's just no big deal. This is from an experienced course creator, and I do talk about it in first person in the beginning, and I do mention some content when I'm writing about these courses, my experience and what I'm doing with course creation, and then I create that post based on that. Now, my most latest content piece is about Pinterest marketing. I think how to make money on Pinterest. Well, I've done that. I know how to do that. So again, it's from firsthand experience. So if you can, like I said, become the go-to person in that industry, the first trend that I was mentioning about specialization, becoming an expert, then you can tell clients, hey, I have experience. I've used your tool. I use it for this. This is what's happening. I can write about it for you. Or I use this meal app or this budget app and I've been using it for 3 years and this is what's happened and I can write about it. Clients want that and they will pay more for that type of writing than they would for just a general writer to write about their app. Okay, so think about that. And if you find that clients aren't like akin to that, they're like, no, I have my content plan for the next 3 years. Like, for example, my Beehive client, they use Asana. I can assume their content plan for the next 2 years because they just have post after post after post. But what I do to make my content stand out is to leverage personal things. I might mention, I have this, I have that here and there, because now clients are open to having first person content in their client pieces because it makes them more credible. Even though they didn't tell me, I started doing that and they were fine with it. So it's not my whole post in the first person, but it might be a section, that I might write about it. It's things like that where you can infuse that. And sometimes if clients really like that, they will go out of their way to ask you, well, what are you experiencing? This, and this. Let's create content around that. Okay. So that could happen as well. And then the other major trend that I am seeing right now is SEO is not dead. It is still hanging around and businesses are using and leveraging SEO as much as possible. So they are hiring writers to write dozens and dozens of pieces of content for them. Like I said, with my email marketing client, they use Asana and there are dozens and dozens of writers, dozens of the content pieces through the pipeline. For my other clients, every day I go on it and there's 5 new posts published that day. And the next day, 10 new posts. And the next day, 5 new posts. Like they are publishing multiple posts a day. They have multiple writers on their staff. It is a trend that I'm seeing more and more and more that companies aren't leveraging AI for their entire business. They understand that they need a writer. For my email marketing client, they do have a section for the AI stuff that their brand is writing and using. But then the rest of it is all writers. I mean, I can only guess they have a dozen writers or more. Same thing with my other client, at least a dozen writers. This is a thing and they want to, it's not gaming the system, but they know that if they need to publish lots of content quickly, that it'll get indexed in Google and it'll start ranking in Google. And I can see that through SEO tools. I can see how they're growing rapidly and it's working. If they see growth and they know that they use some money for content to hire writers was worth it, right? If they don't see the growth, then yeah, they may not keep you around. But I haven't had that happen to me and any of the clients I've worked with. So for example, my client WAP, you can see the steady growth that they've had. They hired me last year and you can see from August, they're slowly, and look at now, because they're publishing more, they hired more writers, they're growing. They're growing right now. Okay. So this is what I mean with these clients. If you have the capacity to look and see, that they're doing a good thing, they're doing the right thing, and that your content is working for them. If I know that they are doing SEO, and most of the time they'll give me like a screenshot of Ahrefs of all the keywords, I know they are wanting keywords infused in my content. If they give me some, I will go personally on my own and research even more keywords that I can add to that, more long tail keywords, more semantic related, like all of these types of different topics to see like, well, okay, well, we talk about Pinterest marketing. Well, people want to know how to pin. So I might have a little blurb of like 1 or 2 sentences of how to pin to get started, because that is a search term that people use on Google to figure out how to pin on Pinterest, right? So I know these things and I can see it in an SEO tool. So that's something that you might want to invest in down the road. It's not necessary, especially for a lot of different niches, but it is helpful for you to show in your writing that you understand SEO, because SEO is still there. So the storytelling is big with the SEO is huge, and first person narrative is also good, right? And specialization. All of these merge together to have the best type of writing for your clients and have the best clients that come to you that want your writing. Like I said, if you need more help, go enroll in my free email course, Get Paid to Write. It is a highly valuable course. I have updated it several times, so it's relevant to right now. All right. So hopefully I'll see you in that. And if you need even more help than this, I do have a video on the important metrics that clients see. These are the important metrics that you need to hit every time you submit your content to clients. So make sure to watch that video and like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in that video.